Hi, I'm Olly Brown, I'm 21 years old and I live with cystic fibrosis. So, cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition. It affects a lot of people, like in the UK, around the world. It causes like sticky mucus in your lungs and your digestive system, so I struggle digesting food and can get sort of quite a lot of chest infections regularly if I don't sort of keep well enough and keep on top of it with treatment and stuff like that and all my antibiotics. It can be looked at as like a form of treatment in a way, because I have sort of set treatments, but this is almost like an unwritten one in a way. It keeps my lungs clear, it keeps on top of the mucus, it shifts it, keeps it loose so I can bring anything up that shouldn't be down there. So it just keeps me fit and well really. Keeps the lungs clear and keeps me ticking.
I'm Jake, Olly's brother. It was difficult at times growing up, initially adapting to his condition. I suppose initially there was even a bit of like guilt on my part that he's the one sort of suffering, and yeah, it was hard to initially sort of get your head around it and understand it. You can maybe consider yourself a bit of a sort of victim sometimes, but I think we try and think positively, and yeah, we're pretty tight. Sometimes we don't have to speak a lot, but just feeling each other's presence is enough. Yeah, it was strange from being like obviously originally the only child, the elder brother, and transitioning to obviously having Olly and requiring a lot of attention. And he used to have like physio on the morning before school as a way of removing the build-up on his lungs. Yeah, I suppose it was maybe hard mentally initially to understand why, I guess, yeah.
Mr. Brown.
Hello sir.
How are we?
Yeah, grand. Grand, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, not so bad.
Good.
So Olly, we're here today, we're going to be talking about your marathon.
Yeah?
Yep. How's it going? How's everything been so far?
Yeah, all to plan so far. It's going real well. You know, about week 12 of the programme, 18-week programme, so yeah, it's just going well. Pace, on track for the pace I'm wanting to go at, so.
What pace is that?
I'm hoping for under 3 hours, if we can. It's going to be a bit of a push, but I reckon I've got it in the tank, got it in the legs, so see how it goes on the day.
So what is it, why are you running the London Marathon then, Ol?
So, in the past, Mum and Dad have done a few. Mum more so. Mum's done London probably the most out of the marathons that she's run. She's done like Chester and a few other ones. But I've got a condition called cystic fibrosis, so that's what my mum ran it for. Mum ran it for me, she ran it for the charity, so just to raise money every time she did it. So I thought, well, for the past sort of few years I've been thinking I need to try this now. I need to try a marathon. I need to sort of give back to a cause that's very close. So
Yeah,
now's the time. Now I'm 21. I've been to watch as well. I've been to watch my mum do a marathon at London. So
yeah,
that was. I remember it. I remember it quite well, quite clearly in my head. It was ridiculous, like the atmosphere and just the full event. It's the best marathon around, I think.
Yeah.
So why not start with taking out the big one? Take out the big one
definitely.
first.
Yeah, I like it. And do you think by running this that you might inspire other people who have CF to?
Yeah, that's my aim. That's my goal.
Yeah.
It's obviously I'm raising money, but it's more the awareness really. I just want to sort of get it on the map a bit more. Really get people in the know a little bit more. Get people to understand it a bit more, and hopefully, like you say, it'll inspire and motivate people to sort of almost follow from me, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So at the moment, you're having a couple of weeks off, aren't you?
Yeah.
So talk us through that.
So I'd say about 2 weeks ago now, maybe, or like a week and a half ago, I had a phone call from my team from York saying I've grown a chest infection called Pseudomonas, which is probably the worst. Well, it is the worst one you can get. It's the hardest to eradicate. It's the hardest to get rid of. So, but I've been struggling for quite a while now with my chest. It just haven't quite felt, when something's not quite right. So, but to be honest, it weren't really bothering my runs. Like my pace was still fine. My pace never dropped. So it wasn't really causing too many problems. But it was more when I wasn't doing anything. So the bigger difference was when I was sort of just sat around. Usually I'm clear. I'm just clean as a whistle. But I was wheezing a little bit and my chest was getting a bit tight. So I started on oral antibiotics, because there's two types. You can either go down the oral route or intravenous.
Right.
And at first they opted for the oral, which is a 3-month course of ciprofloxacin antibiotic and a nebulizer.
Right.
So I started on that. I was doing that for about a week, and then I had a phone call again about a week after, once the doctor was back from her jollies. But yeah, she came back, another phone call, and they decided to change treatment and put me on the IVs. So it's quite a quick turnaround. They don't tend to be nice and quick because they want to get it shut as soon as possible. So I was kind of in within the next couple of days, getting treated. So at the moment I'm on the IVs. I've got a midline in, so on that for 2 weeks, and then 3 months of nebulised treatment, and then fingers crossed, that's it.
So how long are you out of running for?
Couple of weeks.
Yep.
To be honest, I can't actually. It's more the sort of the contact side that they're a bit. Well, they advise not to, because obviously if it gets caught or someone grabs hold of it, it's no fun. So we don't want to be repeating the procedure or anything. So it tends to be the contact side that they sort of say don't bother. But the running, they've kind of left it up to me. So it's whether I feel comfortable or not giving it a go. And I'm kind of in the middle at the moment. I want to, but at the same time I just don't want it to change anything in a way. I don't want it to.
You need to get yourself back.
I don't quite feel.
Change the oil.
Yeah. Need a refresh.
Keep the car rolling.
Need a refresh. So could be a case of having a couple of weeks off and then straight back into smashing it. Won't be messing around. Yeah.
Like Tom Daly.
Yeah. Gold medal.
And that's what we're aiming to take home, isn't it? The medal.
Oh yeah, that's the moment. It's crossing the line and having that round your neck at the end. Won't be many feelings to match that one. My mum was wanting to run it with me, to be honest. I think in my head I know it's going to be beneficial in the future, in like the long term. So that kind of overrules any other doubts that I've got in my head. So I'd say definitely that for sure. And obviously other people around me as well. I kind of run for other people in a way. So yeah, that definitely helps too. I think it was made a lot easier with the friends I had around me for sure, and definitely the teachers as well, because they didn't really, I weren't treated any different. I was treated as if I was normal pretty much. It weren't like I weren't seen as like at a disadvantage in a way to like other people or anything like that. It was just like I was sort of part of the group kind of thing. So they made me feel real comfortable when I was here and like in lessons and stuff, and they were always understanding of like my condition and what I had to do if I needed to do it kind of thing. So I'd say, yeah, they made it easy for me really. So I didn't really have to do too much, to be honest. So that was nice. I felt comfortable, definitely, like all the time really. There weren't a day where I felt a bit out of place or anything like that. So a lot of credit to them really. Family, definitely. Mum, dad, brother. Mum and dad have ran marathons before. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this as well, just to kind of sort of follow in their footsteps. So, but they've just, yeah, ever since I was young. They said, I spoke to my dad actually. We were going to, this was through lockdown. We were driving to Leeds to pick up like a multi-gym, because obviously with having CF, I was one of the people who had to take the government advice for shielding. So I was kind of barricaded up for about 5 months through the first lockdown. So we took a trip to Leeds and got this multi-gym so I could use that at home just to sort of keep working really, keep in shape. And on the way there, he said to me, this is the first time he'd said, so it was only like last year, but when I was first born, because I was diagnosed at birth, I was in hospital for about 6 weeks. And he said he had a chat with Mum when I was first born, and they found out that I had cystic fibrosis, and he just said, like, this isn't going to change anything. He's going to be normal. He's going to live like a normal life, and we're not going to let it sort of get in the way of like not only me but them as well. So I've just sort of kept that with me as well. So that's something that I've just used as like a bit of a drive to just, if anything's sort of ever tough, I just sort of use that and keep fighting really, keep going. I'd say belief and strength, because I know it is hard living with CF. There's a lot of negatives, and it is tough quite a lot of the time, but I just want to show that it shouldn't hold you back. Just try not to let it hold you back, because you are a lot stronger than you think, and I'm just trying to sort of prove that to myself, as well as sort of show other people and try sort of hopefully it kind of rubs off on them and sort of helps them sort of keep fighting and sort of keep pushing on to hopefully, all being well, live a life that's unlimited one day.
Come on, son! Come on!
I'm Olly Brown, and this has been my journey.